845 Sway in the morning. I had to take them back to 2013. That's how long we've been rocking. We were rocking longer than that, to be quite honest with you.
That's right.
It's been longer than that. This man right here, I call him a soldier. Can't remember. I remember the first time we really actually met, and I knew then that he was a soldier. I saw his transformation. I saw his metamorphosis. I saw his evolution. I saw him, his sacrifices. Sometimes when you talk in truth, you become a target. You know, you got different. It become more than just people that work against you. It become energy.
That's right.
It become movements. It's damn near like it's spirits that surround you trying to make you break.
Alchemy.
Yeah.
You know, they want to knock you off your square. You know, it's interesting, especially in our culture, when you got people who are fighting for the benefit of the whole, who constantly get torn down, targeted, dismissed, ridiculed. They create enemies.
Yep.
People
Marginalized.
become enemies of the truth. When somebody is trying to uplift your people, get out of the way of it unless you got a better plan.
There you go.
Unless you got a better plan. If you see folks out there trying to give messaging to our kids that's going to give them balance and help them think in different ways on a higher frequency, if you can, don't knock that. Don't knock that.
That's right.
You get out of the way of that.
That's right.
Don't have these kids have to walk the path you walked because you had to walk it and you couldn't really adjust to your environment and you let your environment suck you under.
Damn.
I'm not knocking you down, but we all gone through and faced similar challenges.
That's right.
You can't tell me your story is harder than mine. You probably don't even know mine.
There you go.
But I know that in the process of mine, I wanted to improve my own personal surroundings, my own personal environment, and I wanted to improve those around me. So when I go to Oakland, California, where I grew up on East 22nd off of 23rd Ave, affectionately known as the Murder Dubs. People know how I stood from day one when they first saw me in the public eye. They know who my family is. They know where we come from. They know what we done, but they know what we push.
That's right.
It's elevation. It's just a higher way of thinking. I've seen people who sacrifice money, time with their families. You know, you seen this man fight for the family of Breonna Taylor. You seen this man fight for the family of George Floyd. You seen this man fight for people you don't even know who have just experienced injustice, tragedy in their lives, and go out and speak about it and use these platforms in the way that they were meant to be used. You guys are exploiting a lot of raping of our platforms. When somebody is speaking truth to power, let them speak. Leave him alone. I've seen this guy do this, and I want to welcome him back to the show to talk about his new book, Raising Kings, The 10 Principles of Manhood. He's with our good friend Heddrick McBride, who published this book with him and partnered with him, who's been on our show before. Please welcome my man Mysonne back up here. Mysonne.
Well, listen, man. That was Deacon Sway right there, man.
Listen,
that
it was
wasn't nothing but
accurate.
sermon, but I appreciate it, man. I appreciate, you know, when you're respected by the people you respect, it hits different, man.
Yeah.
You were in a crisis in our community.
Well, yeah, we in a serious crisis.
We've been
man.
in one, and I just, you know, I certain things, I think I'm at a stage in my career, in my life, where I observe, and my implementation happens in ways that people don't see or they don't know. You know, when I'm trying to effectively make change, it's kind of what you do when you talk to these kids. You make a book called Raising Kings, 10 Principles of Manhood. You're going to the source.
That's right.
At the time that we should be is grade school kids that should be hearing this information so they could use discernment when they get older, and they're surrounded by all kind of energies that's going to try to pull them down. So I salute you, man. I see you out, man. I see you battle. I see you battle online. I see you battle through social media. You're battling people who's supposed to be your brothers.
Ain't that something?
I mean, you know, that's part of the thing. Sometimes, you know, you gotta help people help themselves. The people that you fight for is gonna fight against you because they don't even realize they need to be helped.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people like, yo, I don't know why you go back and forth on social media. And I'd be like, unfortunately, a lot of the minds of these young babies is on social media. So if we leave the cesspool of the information and the misinformation and the false realities that they have out there, then that's all they grabbing. So I'm going to always be the counter voice. I don't mind taking the hits or whatever. You know, one of us got to run through the door so the rest of the soldiers get it. So if I'm the soldier that got to run through to take the bullets first, so the rest of the soldiers know we clear to come through and actually spread real messages and things that these kids need to hear, then I'm willing to do that, you know. So I take on that fight every day.
Thank you for doing so, Mysonne. What would you say are some keys to persuasive, productive debates online? Because oftentimes you see folks and all they're doing are triggering each other and just butting heads until one head explodes.
Well, first thing you have to do is recognize when somebody is actually looking for real dialogue, right? Because a lot of these people are just trolls. They sitting in their house and they have absolutely nothing to do but say the worst things to you to just get any level of attention. So for me, what I do is I sift through all that, and when I see a question that's actually honest and it has some validity to it, even if it's something that's, you know, contrary to what I believe or attack or you know, not really attacking me, but calling me out or questioning me, holding me to some level of high regard, then I will answer that, because I ain't gonna run from no smoke when it's really something, you know, because I know I'm passionate about this and I know everything that I do is on the right side. You know, even if I do it wrong, it's done with the right intention. So if you question me about something, maybe sometimes I'll think like, well, you know what, maybe I could have did that better. Thank you for asking me that question, brother. And sometimes I'll have an answer that can explain, and then they be like, you know what, I didn't see it that way. So you got to be able to sift through the bull and then actually get to the people that actually want knowledge and actually looking for real and intelligent dialogue.
Has anybody ever questioned your response and you use your own discernment and realize maybe I could have done that differently?
Of course.
Okay, can you be specific, and what situation did that happen,
well,
and how did you respond?
What situation? It's been a couple of situations, you know, like when Torey Lanez situation first happened, I was so invested in it because I knew certain things a lot of people didn't know. You know, I was behind the scenes and knew about a lot of things, and I just was just saying he did this and this and that, and it just was like, it's not something that I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you know what? This is a person that's about to go to trial. Let the legal system and the courts deal with that situation, and then afterwards, then I can have the dialogue that I want to have because I already know. So I apologize for that. There's been other little things that, you know, in situations that, you know, it might have been me jumping to a conclusion that something happened that didn't happen, like when, you know, the girl got kidnapped. Supposedly got kidnapped. We was, you know, we was fighting for it. And it was like, so, you know, it made me say to myself, you know what, we got to be a little slower to advocate for certain things. Because our voices are genuine, but we don't want people to think that we just doing something just to do it. You know, we were really genuinely concerned, like, damn, a woman got kidnapped on the side of the road and ain't nothing happening. But then it gave us an understanding, like, damn, people, this internet is really, people want clout that much. It's so far-fetched for me that somebody would want clout that much or need that level of attention, because it's not something that I ever would engage in. So I see a lot of things go on online, and a lot of times I have to sift through a lot of complaints. Yo, this is going on, and I got to look and just say, is this something that I want to attach my name to? Is it something that my brand is something that, you know, is valuable to me, my reputation. So I got to be real careful about that. So sometimes I find myself apologizing because I jumped to protect something that really didn't even need to be protected.
Ain't that
Mysonne is here. Give him a big round of applause. Heddrick McBride is here too. Publisher, on his own publishing company.
Yes, he got another one.
Publishing books upon books for us, man. We've been trying to make this happen for a sec. I told, man, come on. I always tell you it's going to happen, right? I want to ask you about some of the things you talk about, Mysonne, that I think we all wrestle with, folks who've been in the business for a long time. I've been decades, and these age-old questions about hip-hop music and its purpose and its impact. You know, has it been more helpful to us as a community or more of a detriment as a community because of the messaging? Recent conversations with D1, he's been spotlighting artists and their lyrics. You have a saying that we normalize dumb shit. Is the dumb shit in the lyrics?
I mean, I think the dumb shit is in the community, right?
All right.
And then it transfers to the lyrics, right? So, unfortunately, some of us have to communicate differently. Like, I understand the people that I'm trying to save, right? So, and I know that certain words and certain lingos and certain vernacular and things that come from our community is what they gravitate to. So unfortunately, I got to get a chain that say boycott black murder, because if I just say it, it's like they don't really gravitate to. I got to look like something for them to actually pay attention to me. I got to understand the lingo. I can't look outdated. I can't sound outdated. So we like when Lauryn Hill said, you got to add a motherfucker so that every niggas hear me. This is the reality that we dealing with. So I understand that. So when I listen to lyrics, you know, I understand that when I listen to Nas or when I listen to Jay, I understand there was so much messaging in there. There was so much elevation in there, but there was also some dumb shit in there, right? If we look at the top people we call the top 10 rappers of all time, they had dumb shit in their music, right? And it wasn't always positive. It was some real negative but they used it to grab the audience that they needed to save. I know who I'm trying to save. If I'm just preaching to the choir and I come here with this beautiful sermon and it's put together and it don't grab none of the people that I'm actually trying to save, then what is the messaging actually going to do? How does it really help somebody?
Okay, so there's nothing wrong then if that's your purpose, is to utilize the dumb shit to bring people into something else, you know, to a higher enlightenment. It might happen in the lyrics. You might not be happy with someone of a elder talking about things that they talked about at 25, but if it's to allure a young man in, grab his attention, and then feed him with gems, then it's a worth it tactic.
I think for me it is, because I understand it's no zero sum. It's no either or, right? It's no black and white. There actually is a gray area. Okay. Right? And I know that's how I was changed, right? I know that the good preacher who had all of the good words, he didn't appeal to me at 14 and 15. He came with all the message, but the drug dealer next door had way more influence in me than the positive preacher who was saying all the good things. And the fact that he was educated enough to push me to the side, and even though he might have been doing negative things, he was explaining to me that I don't want to be doing this. Okay. So that's why I invest in you, and I want you to stay out these streets, and I want you to have a different purpose. It's like a lot of when I was in prison, I was around some of the most notorious people you might ever know, but the messages that they gave me, right? Because we was literally praised. Oh, you such and such, you did this in the street, and they was like, Young King, that ain't really nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did all that. They told you the stories, and you sat there and they said, and I'm doing life in prison. And I ain't never going home. I can't do nothing for my family. I can't do nothing. So was it all worth it? See, we praised the dumb shit. And I took that message. But the preacher was like, you're going to go to jail and you're going to do life in prison. I was like, come on, you don't even understand my reality. You can't connect to what I'm going on. So if there's no real connection and there's no relation to somebody giving a message, then you can't even receive the message.
But the problem sometimes is you get the dumb shit without the message.
Right. So what percentage of dumb shit, you know what I mean, makes up? Like if you do 20 dumb shit songs and then you have one that has a major lesson, does it cancel each other out? And then also sometimes I feel like we're only healing the symptoms. So it's like you're taking Tylenol for the cough, but not realizing that cough is actually hinting towards something much deeper that's wrong with you.
I get it, and I that's what I'm saying. It's a dialogue, and I realize that certain people are able to discern information differently.
That's true,
right? So when I was listening to Jay-Z, I wasn't thinking, oh, we just gonna be in the streets and be drug dealers. I was thinking, we trying to get money like Cosby. Who wouldn't? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking, I'm going to change the trajectory. We're going to be billionaires. We're going to own our own stuff. I was seeing all those things. When I was listening to Rick Ross and he say, buy back the block, you know what I'm saying? When I was listening to the music, because of who I am, I was discerning it different. I was grabbing it because I'm an entrepreneur. I want positivity, so I could take the positivity out of something. I could see the ultimate message. And then also, you have to look at the individual that's rapping, right? So if you rapping about selling drugs and everywhere, that's all you doing. When I see you, when you doing interviews, you talking about selling drugs. Yo, we just in the street. But when you saying, nah, we brought these businesses. We just brought 10 businesses, bro. And we grabbed the little young boys off the corner and we told them you could come work for us, right? So now, even though I'm listening to the music, I'm looking at the individual because I'm able to separate the two things, and I understand that reality because when we look at movies, we don't hold Robert De Niro to the same standard that we hold a rapper, right? He's probably more responsible for the mentality, especially of gangsterism in our community. You know, when we thought about shooting somebody, I didn't see none of the rappers shooting them. I literally saw Robert De Niro with guns in his hand saying some of the best one-liners in the world and getting away with murder and killing people.
He was an actor, though.
Exactly.
You know he's an actor.
But the thing is, I hear you, but you saying you know he was an actor, but how many of these rappers named themselves after the actor? How many of these rappers wanted to be the actor? How many, after we watch Juice and all of that, it was more shootings after you left the movies than it was after you listened to an album.
But you consume music way more than you consume films. Like a film could be 2 hours, but you could have listened to a song 200 times within those 2 hours. And that's
can I ask you a question? When you listen to rappers, I'm going to ask this. Do you think that some of these, especially our top actors, do you think they've been more influenced by movies or by other actors? I mean, other rappers. Because when you listen to Jay, he just pretty much vocalized what Scarface and them were saying. He gave the same persona of what the movies was. So when I'm listening to it, I'm like, wow, he really captured what that actual movie was. When I'm watching Paid in Full, I'm hearing the rappers, the Dipset and them capture what Paid in Full was actually. They actually tried to emulate certain things in movies. A lot of these, when you listen to their names, all of the names, they not naming themselves after other rappers. They name them as the biggest actors and the biggest drug dealers and kingpins in the movie. So I'm not saying that it makes it right or wrong. I'm just saying that we have to be able to discern certain things. Yeah. And we got to be able to, you know, we don't throw away the baby with the bathwater.
And hip hop can't be our only teacher.
It can't. It's impossible because
that's how you discern. Like if hip hop is your only teacher, you will not be able to discern.
It's unfortunate because you learn it from people that haven't learned all the way positive yet, right? So and then we get mad. But T.I. made one of the best conscious albums I ever heard, and nobody brought it. Nobody promoted it. Nobody did nothing with it. Jeezy did a whole album about black positivity and growth, and nobody promoted it. Nobody went out and did nothing to it. So we ask these artists to give us this content and give us all of these things, and they look and say, wow, nobody's promoting, I'm doing this for my people, I'm doing this for everybody, and nobody's giving me anywhere near of the platforms that I need to promote that message. So how do you ask somebody who's finances, life, his kids and everything is attached to something to sacrifice, and then when they sacrifice, the people that's saying sacrifice for them ain't supporting them?
Can I say something about the movies, though? Because you brought up the De Niro comparison between rappers influencing and actors, you know, who do violent movies and that sort of thing. I feel like that conversation just there's a rabbit hole that never ends, because then are you going to talk about video games? Or are you going to talk about, you know,
all of those things are true, though.
Go on a streaming service right now and count how many movie covers have a gun featured in it. You know what I mean?
But that's the truth. You can't, listen to me, these kids is playing Call of Duty, right? And now they at 9 and 8, they out here shooting people. Okay, so and most of them is not even in tune with the rappers we talking about that talk all the guns. They not even in tune. They playing Call of Duty all day, and their mind is we shooting and this and that. So you don't think that has any effect on the kids?
I just think because like with De Niro's situation, it's like he was a working actor just trying to, you know, pay his bills and take care of his family.
A rapper's not a
no, that's what I'm saying. It's sort of the same thing where it's just like the intention was not, I'm going to corrupt the minds of all the youth in the hood. It was just more like, I'm going to play a character. The movie studio put the film out. You know what I mean? He didn't.
You could blame Hollywood.
But that's what so we can't. So we should blame the labels. We can't blame the artists.
We should.
The same.
We should blame the label. We should blame the labels like we want to blame Hollywood, but we conflate it all. Like, what is our responsibility as hip hop? You could blame the labels, you could blame the artists, and you could even blame the consumer. But we're at a detriment of our own, of our own making. And so at some point, we know Hollywood ain't never been on our team, right? They ain't never portrayed us or gave the type of messaging that we need. Spike Lee has, and certain artists, directors and filmmakers who don't get the proper push, as you spoke. But at some point, we got to take responsibility and accountability for what we do.
No, we always have to do that, though. So like, but I'm being honest. You know how many execs and artists and everything behind the scenes say they love what it is that I do? Like, you know how much positive content, you know how my freestyles with positivity did this, and certain labels will talk to you 1 minute, like, we want to do this and never do it, because that's not the message that they going to promote. So if we're asking artists to take responsibility, then as a culture we have to take responsibility for supporting those artists that sacrifice.
I agree.
Because if we keep sacrificing and because hip hop is never paid much of my bills. You know, music, I made some of the best and most positive music in the world, right? And when I was doing negative, when I was Mysonne Lefty Gun in the right palm, people loved that. But when I start empowering, I start doing this, they say they love it, but they're not gonna grab you and pull you to the side and give you the same stages that they giving Rick Ross or Meek when they talking about the negativity. So you asking somebody who has a passion for art, who also is trying to figure out how do I survive, to say, I'm gonna make a sacrifice for the culture, but the culture ain't gonna even support it.
We got Mysonne is here, man. Big round of applause. Heddrick McBride is here. They just partnered and published a new book, Raising Kings, 10 Principles of Manhood. How you been?
Everything is good, brother. Blessed. Busy.
I love this conversation.
Yes, sir.
So for having your own publishing company, and do you have a criteria on the type of books that you want to put out there?
Yeah, pretty much we like to reinforce a lot of fundamental values and themes that are overlooked now due to technology and kids getting information so quickly. So we just want to take them back to the basics and fundamentals. The partnership with Mysonne was basically about prevention. So we look at problems all the time and we complain, but we want to be more proactive.
Yes.
So the I Know My Rights book came about. We met at a restaurant. We talked. And I said, you know what? A lot of people
At Sylvia's.
At Sylvia's.
Oh, okay. You got the
Sylvia's
chicken wings, huh? You talked over the cornbread.
He was watching me because he don't eat red meat, so he was watching what I ate.
He was watching.
Okay.
But no, we talked about a lot of people are incarcerated, walking these streets and don't know their rights. So we said, how empowering would it be if we could teach elementary school kids their rights? Because that may prevent them from getting into situations in the future. So instead of us tackling problems after they come, we want to prevent them.
There you go.
So the second book, Raising Kings, this was his baby. I Know My Rights was my idea. I stepped to him. But Raising Kings was something that he already been doing. He does a lot of community work, works in the schools, talks about it on a daily basis. So he said, McBride, let's follow up with the Raising Kings.
Yeah, because for me, I don't mean to cut your wisdom, but for me is that I think a lot of our kids have been raised wrong, right? What we've been taught manhood is not really that. We've been taught that who's the tougher person and who can impose his will and who has no feelings and all that, and that's not what manhood is at all. It's about integrity. It's about morality. It's about respect. It's about self-accountability. It's about all of those things. And when I thought about the most important things that I learned that made me a man, that made me the men that I respect, men, when I look at them, I say they all had these core 10 principles. You know, so I said, well, if I give these kids this, it's pretty much rite to passage. When you start giving these kids this is what manhood looks like. These are the principles that if you followed, it's like a recipe. Yeah. You know, your grandmother give you the recipe to her stuff, and you can't mess that up.
You become a good chef,
You become a good chef. Like, just take the recipe, put these ingredients, and that's what manhood looks like to me. And I think once we start, especially the young kids, we start reinforcing these principles, and they start moving away from the things that we gravitate to with social media and all these things are telling you got to have money to be a man. If you don't got this, you're not a man. No, it's the principles, it's the core values that you hold, and the rest of those things that come. And a lot of people don't understand that because they get caught up and they trying to live their whole life by the best 30 and 40 seconds of somebody else's life that's on Instagram. And it's impossible. You know, so if you live by these core values, I guarantee you'll see that the way people gravitate to you. You know, people forget everything but how you make them feel.
Amen.
You know, so and when you have real values and you have principles, then it's definitely going to show.
Raising Kings, the 10 Principles of Manhood. This book is available right now?
Yes, it's available on Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com.
Let's get it.
Okay. Can you tell us a couple of the principles?
Before you do that, I want to say, if you look at the book, like open the book. So the visuals.
Give me that book, man.
It goes along with the story. So it's one thing for him to tell you the word accountability. It's one thing to tell you the word perseverance. But what we do is we have the illustrations that match.
Yes.
So if a kid is like, what does intelligence look like? What does compassion look like? It has an illustration that shows you exactly what it looks like and how it plays out in society. So this is a book that a child can grow up to. Because
some of these men actually need it too.
Hello?
So a lot of these kids, you know, sometimes you're gonna sit down with your kids, and that's what both of my books are. Like they're family orientated books. A lot of the rights the parents didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So while they was sitting there reading it to their kids, they was like, wow, we didn't even know these things, and they was all learning together. So a lot of men who've been, because we, like, a lot of us was taught wrong. You know what I'm saying? So when you start realizing, you start reading, you're like, damn.
Well, let me read something, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead, Ken.
Story time.
Greetings, young kings. I hope you feel great. I have so much to share with you, and I can hardly wait. Today I will teach you so you will understand the principles and qualities of a good man. Turn the page.
Yes.
The first principle on my list is the most important to me. You carry it for life, and everyone will agree. It's what you give and earn when your moves are correct. Then you provide it in return. It's called respect.
Ooh, bars.
Your father and mother taught you to respect yourself when you were younger, and consists of caring about the rights, feelings, and wishes of others. I'll do one more. The following quality is integrity, which is essential to a man's identity. Integrity is being honest and having solid moral principles. It's being truthful and doing things that are right and sensible.
Hyena in book form.
Bars, kid.
Bars.
That's
I
off
love
the
it.
top.
And we put it in bars,
I
and we
love
made it rhyme.
it.
So we wanted to feel.
Yo, and it's so important to have books. I remember maybe like, I don't know, 20 years ago, and probably even sooner than that, there were so many conversations about folks believing that books were going to become obsolete, you know, with the digital age, whatever. You're going to want to, you know, read on a Kindle or just consume audio books, et cetera, et cetera. And then there's cartoons, but books are so important because it creates a very present connection between parent and child. A parent could be on a couch, you know, watching a very educational film or cartoon with their kid, but more than likely they're probably also going to be on their phone, multitasking. But you cannot multitask when you're reading a book like this, which is why, to y'all point, both parent and child are learning together. I love it. This is so important. Get it immediately, citizens.
There you go. There you go,
ASAP.
Tracy.
Yes.
Listen, I'm going to take one or two calls, but I got my sign here. We got some other business we got to attend to.
Of course.
All right, he know where he is. That man know where he is. He probably lost some sleep thinking about it. He got excited about it. I'm not sure. We got Eric on the line. E, what you want to say, E?
Hey, E?
E, you good?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man?
I'm good, man.
Say what up to my son.
Yes.
Hey, what's up, my son? Big fan, man. Good morning, Tracy G.
What up,
Sway,
sir?
My son. I love you guys, my son. I love your message. Keep pushing, man. And what it is, it's the radio station that's playing all this dumb shit. You know what I mean?
Hey, wait a second, bro.
He
Called
said we
into
on
the
the
radio
What I wanna say-
station.
Hold on.
It's true, man. It's true, man. It's true, man.
Hold up, Sway. Hey,
I'm on the
Sway,
show.
don't hang up
Not
on me, bro.
DB. I'm not
Right.
hanging up.
The mother show.
Man, let me tell you something,
Sway,
Eric.
don't hang up on me.
Eric,
No,
listen.
listen.
Eric, listen.
Listen to me.
Eric, listen. Eric, listen. I got the mic. I often debate and argue about music that's played on our radio platforms daily.
He does.
So I understand.
He does.
Okay, I just gonna tell you that. Go for it, brother.
Okay. I called you months back, man, and we had this conversation about the radio station. But what I want to say, Sway, man, is you're so popular, man. We can create a GoFundMe where you can have your own radio station. Where you can
Let's
play
not
what
worry.
you
Let's
wanna
not make
play.
this about me, Eric. Talk to my son.
we're
You
not
have no
making it about you. I'm just
Eric. Hear me out, please, because we only got so much time.
Stay focused.
Talk to my son. You don't really have any idea of what I'm doing behind the scenes. I'm a line, brother. Just leave it right there. Talk to my son. Go for it. Thank you.
My son, I love what you're doing, man. You keep doing what you're doing, brother. Big fan of yours, and just keep pushing, man.
Thank you very much, man.
But
Yeah.
But I do agree with you. Let me say that. I do agree that radio stations, DSPs, video outlets, social media all play a role in the messaging and the imaging and the frequencies. So we're not even talking metaphysical. You know, how these sound waves are impacting us, how it's impacting us spiritually, so on and so forth. I'm in total agreement with you, Eric. And that's been a fight me and King Tech have had since we first came on radio back in 1990. So you know what I mean? So I'm in total agreement with you. We do have a Sway's Universe station that's coming up here on Sirius XM. It will be programmed in a way where you won't hear music I feel is a detriment to the mindset of our youth.
There you go.
know, And so I do believe you have a solution that could be helpful to the overall impact of our community. E, let me say that for the record. E, you're a super citizen, brother.
That's right. My
man Eric. Give it up for Eric.
Yes.
All right. My son. You heard what I said. I've been doing this since 1990.
Woo, woo.
You might have been 5 at that time. I don't know how old you were, son. Young man. I don't have to know how old.
Don't have mercy.
I've seen the legends, the greats. You mentioned Jay-Z.
Balls today.
Jay-Z came to our show, came off the top. You mentioned Nas.
Yeah.
He came to my show, came off the top. Sway and King Tech. Did you mention Tupac? Did you mention Biggie? They all been there too.
Oh.
You got a tradition to uphold.
Lord have mercy.
This ain't nothing easy.
It ain't nothing easy.
This ain't a scam.
This is a message, though. This is a message. I would just give you all the way bars, but this has got to be a message since we raising kings today.
Hold on, where my glasses?
Since we raising kings together. We raising kings today,
put
so
my sunnies on.
we got
Put the
talk.
sunnies
I'm gonna put my son. Wait, who else in the room before you speak?
That's what I was about to say. Shout out to my man Bronx Logo Jose. He just
go.
opened up his
What up,
store.
Jose?
He just
Come on.
opened up his store in
Get
the
in the
Bronx.
camera, man.
Come
Let
on,
me
come
see
on,
it.
come on.
Man, hurry up.
It's my guy. Hurry up.
Bronx logo, Jose.
Yo,
Jose, put
Yo,
it
listen,
on.
man.
Fullest.
My man came home.
Come on, he's a
Come
citizen.
on, make it a family affair. Sway the
Come
body.
on, man.
I'm so proud of him. He came home with nothing, started selling T-shirts. He got his hoopty, started selling out the trunk of his car. Then he bought a little bus, and now he just opened his storefront. Tell him what the storefront is.
It's in the Bronx, the home of hip hop. It's on 1857 Westchester Avenue. It's right under the 6 train. Basically, what
It's called the Coach's Gallery.
It's called the Coach's Gallery. We're giving an outlet for everybody who can't put their clothes in Macy's, who can't put their clothes in Jimmy Jazz or in Foot Locker.
Changing the game.
Right. You could bring it to the Coach's Gallery and you could display it. As long as your paperwork checks out.
Okay.
It's real versus fake. There's a lot of people who are coach-voting us for years, you know, and a lot of people got families to feed, and they just like let things go so like that they can make their money.
Yeah.
And they know in their heart what they doing is wrong. Here in the Coach's Gallery, we're doing the complete opposite.
Doing it right.
Yeah,
I love it, man.
We're the antidote.
Man, my brother, congratulations.
And then we got my partner Until Freedom, Angelo, attorney Angelo Pinto. He's a genius, pretty much, man.
I know
Yes,
Angelo.
sir.
Angelo
Angelo
been up
pulled
here
up
before.
here.
What up? What's the latest, brother? He's got a new wristband on.
Oh no, that's not even me. I'm just here. I'm here for the freestyle. I came for the freestyle.
The edutainment.
Yo, here we go, man. Listen, man, listen, I want to say peace to my man Heddrick McBride. His publishing company is called
McBride Stories.
McBride Stories.
Yes.
McBride Stories.
Next book coming out with Stiles P and his wife, Audra Stiles. Health is wealth.
Okay, and y'all make sure y'all check out McBride Stories. We got a lot of story writers out there. So, solicit your book. Maybe he'll publish you. All right?
McBride Stories at Gmail.
My son, do you know where you are right now?
I don't know where I'm at, but you about to find out where I'm at.
The Valley of the Hyenas! Yo, DP, drop a beat on them. Sway in the morning, Shade 45, have the B and Tracy G, my son.
Turn it up a little bit.
Turn it up,
Who
turn it
wants
up.
these headphones?
Listen. Sway, the day's getting dark again. The dog's starting to bark again. The young boys beefing, they shooting all in the park again. A little baby just got outlined the chalk again. I'm sitting praying that they don't turn me to a shark again. Please, cause the devil is busy. They spending so much, I'm dizzy. Please, God, forgive me, but I refuse to be oppressed. So all the disrespectful views will be addressed. The wrong dude to even test, cause I'm not gonna fail. When the war is on, and I'm not gonna chill. These cowards destroying the culture, they not gonna build. Talking all this murder one shit, you not gonna kill. Ain't got no skill or nothing, just running your mouth. Till you run up on a nigga, do you run in his mouth? It's something about this internet to give a coward courage. Till they get 6'9" and then they be embarrassed. But I'm just here to flourish, growth and positivity. Try to show these youngins all the possibilities. Thank God for giving me the vision to see. King, leader, the God that was living in me. The shit you can see when you look good. I swear, the streets taught me way more than any book could. Yeah, I look hood, but I speak like a scholar. And my pride too big for me to swallow. I swear, for $1, these cowards are fold. They'll sell everything, including their soul. The truth will be told, so either you gon' listen or not. At 16 years old, I used to listen and pocket think, damn, this brother is deep. See, I always been a wolf, I couldn't blend with the sheep. Used to pretend I was asleep, cause woke wasn't the status quo. Then I said, fuck what they think. It don't matter, yo, cause you gotta grow or you gon' die, my nigga. Half the shit that we was told was a lie, my nigga. Why you hating on the players from the side, my nigga? You still losing, and you wonder why, my nigga? Cause God don't like ugly, I guess that's why he love me. I'm still mad he took my mama from me. Remember she used to hug me and say, boy, you a king. I try to ignore the pain, but boy, do his thing. Mommy, your boy doing his thing, so I hope you proud up in heaven with your chest poking out. But yeah, I did it my way, from coke in the highway, sitting in the cell getting visits every Friday, commissary waiting on my body day. Nowadays they pay to hear what I say. I pray for the wisdom to give him the game, same way Sharif Pops tried to give it to Kane. Like the hunt is on. Is you gonna be the prey? Is you gonna be trapping, or you gonna get away? I stay giving jewels to my sons every day, just like Furious said and gave it to Trey, cause they not gonna be able to say that my son didn't stand up. When the sucker niggas folded, I manned up. I told them before I sell, I'll be canned up. So if you cut from that cloth, nigga, hand up. You don't understand, we not the same, my guy. I want respect. You chasing fame, my guy. My OGs was solid. Yours was lanes, my guy. They ran game on you. Mine gave me game, my guy. It's a shame, my guy. It's like, look at what it's come to. The little boys is the ones they get the guns to. Ones who destroy your mind, they'll get the funds to. This the art of war for real. No Sun Tzu. That ain't just your son, that's my son too. Everything I want for my son, want for your son too. Did a lot of dirt in my life, I wanna undo. These niggas run from the smoke that I run to. I come through, the youngest salute, cause I told him to think first, I never told him to shoot. I told him chase success, then I showed him the route. I never lied to him ever, I told him the truth. Then I showed him the proof, cause I live like a man. 10 toes down, I never hid, I never ran, I never sat up on no stand, ratted on no man. I got it out the mud, I never asked for no hand. On facts, I built the brand on integrity, and I'ma stand on what I stand on when I'm 70. They gon' remember me, and every time they mention me, they gon' think authenticity. Yeah, we in the last days, the Bible predicted this. It was written, the righteous versus the wickedness. Every other day, these babies dying, I'm sick of this. Well, y'all praising these clowns, it's ridiculous, man. I couldn't picture this. Going to school, a bunch of smart niggas following fools. Glorifying the cowards too weak to follow the rules was taboo. Now shit cool, man. I'm confused, I mean, I don't even understand this. What you niggas' definition of a man is? Integrity to vanish. I guess the plan is they lower the bar when they can't reach the standards. But I ain't got the bandwidth to sit and debate about fake false prophets y'all considering great. I'm too busy in these hoods helping kids escape the traps, death, and jail. Niggas couldn't relate. Man, the shit that God put on my plate, they couldn't stomach. Lied on, betrayed, but still kept it 100. The snake shit they did to come up, I could've done it. But anything that come from being a snake, I wouldn't want it. But look, that's just me though. It ain't about no ego, it's principles, yeah. Power to the people, but how are you my equal, nigga? What you ever sacrifice? You ever used a hot pot to make a bag of rice? Locked up, watching niggas win who ain't half as nice? You ain't never been dead and came back to life, but that's the price you pay when you blessed. When you doing God's work, every day is a test. So you just pray for the best, but stay prepared for the worst though. Cause having strength is a gift and the curse, yo. Cause they don't think you hurt, no, they think you immune. Cause you don't cry when you in pain, you just keep licking the wounds. And you look like you shining cause you fit and you grown. They assume you okay, but know what happens when you assume. My mama said, it make an ass out of you and me. I said, you the ass. The fuck that got to do with me? Look, I don't want you to see my weakness. Peep this to all my street niggas. Listen, this some deep shit. You know that weak shit they told us we should glorify? The guns, drugs, and crime, it was all a lie. You see, we laughed at Trey cause he ain't want to ride, but every nigga stayed in that car. All them died, so y'all decide, was it worth it? Every other day them babies riding in them hearses, while they mamas crying in them churches. He hit the wrong person, shot in his head when them bullets was dispersing. Man, shit getting worse than it's ever been. Niggas is sick, they overdosing on the medicine. Cowards beating women, why? It's irrelevant. It's sucker shit, and we gotta be better men. And I ain't never been no yes man. If I don't understand, nigga, I'ma ask a question. That's why I'm investing in my people. That's why I'm on these front lines. War ready, give me the ball when it's crunch time. And fuck dying over ego. Nigga, if I'ma die, then I'm dying for my people. I'ma keep fighting till we equal. Freedom, justice, and equity. That's why it's until freedom and to the death of me. Rest in peace to the kid they shot just now. This ain't a lifestyle they live it, it's a death style. Shout out to Angelo. cause he taught me that. Shout out to MJB, this beat brought me back to a time when albums had interludes. Remember, back when men had principles, now they bent the rules so the suckers can win. You cross the line, we can never be brothers again. No, the love doesn't end, but the trust does. It's messed up your best friend to stab you like the rest does. So guess what? Be careful who you call your mans. You want to make God laugh, then you tell him your plans. Tell him my stance. 10 toes down, swim in swamps with sharks, cause men don't sound to sing. Violence is a virtue. It's the envy, not the violence that'll hurt you. Finding you a circle with no holes is goals. Watching dudes fold that ain't supposed to fold. It's like getting holes poked all in your soul. Where the fuck you supposed to go when your bro broke the code? God broke the mold. Real niggas don't exist no more. Fuck a bro, I trust a chick in my system more. Why? Cause these niggas is weak. Cain and Abel outpost, Judas kiss on the cheek. Man, this shit is deep. Listen up, young king. If you running in these streets, you need to know one thing, nigga. These streets don't love you. The system care less about you. When you gone, they ain't gonna give a F about you. Only your moms and pops is gonna stress about you, while your sons and daughters is left without you. Nigga, that route you taking don't amount to Nathan. All them clicks and likes and the clout you chasing, and them dudes that's like yo mice be hating. You niggas is fools and I'm not debating. I'm taking the same path as the Panthers. Ye finally realized that Sway had the answers. Shout out to Kyrie, fuck Nike. I buy my sneakers from people that look like me. I'm investing in us, black-owned businesses. Tired of making these racist crackers billionaires. You feel it in the air, nigga, the time is now. Time to find a quiet town and tie it down. Then we multiply it up and divide it down. Then we multiply it up and divide it down. I'm trying to round up the kings so we can bring a kingdom. You know brothers on that time, then bring them. We need an army with the minds of Marcus Garvey, hearts of Tupac with the wealth of Steve Harvey, with the souls of Bob Marley. I love my people for real and I'm not sorry. Nigga, I stand on everything I said. Boycotting black murder, coward culture is dead. Shit, things gonna change. It's time to stand up and raise these kings. Boycott black murder.
Wow! A standing ovation.
We outside.
A standing ovation. My son. My son. My son. Until freedom.
Until freedom, baby.
Until freedom.
Boycott black murder.
Until freedom.
We raising kings out here, man.
Until freedom. Let's go.
It's real versus fake, man.
Real versus fake.
What side you on?
Fuck coward culture.
Fuck coward culture. And Sway always, you ain't finally realized that Sway had the answers, man.
The whole time.
What's understood don't need to be explained.
Need not be explained. Thank you,
Wow.
gentlemen.
I
I
love you,
appreciate
man.
you, man.
Thank
I love
you,
you,
King.
too. That was amazing.
That
Thank
was
you,
like
King.
10
I can't wait to go back and
excellence.
just sit and listen. That was amazing.
Thank you,
My
King.
son. My son.
Yo.
Come on, man.
Yes, sir.
You know how many dudes can even do 30 seconds of a negative freestyle?
Heddrick McBride. Give that man a round of applause.
Raising Kings, go get that book, man.
Raising Kings, the 10 Principles of Manhood.